Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. Sorry about the voice over. I completely forgot to put my sound on. You know what I'm like. So I'm coming back with week 40 sketch card, and I'm just about to grab a photo off the PC because I forgot to put it on my phone. And this is the sketch card. A little bit dark, I'm afraid. I do apologise. And now I'm going to show you how I made it. I have no idea what I'm saying right there now, right this minute, but I chose to use the prized Peony stamp set, which is absolutely one of my favourites. I love it. And I decided to decorate the inside of the card as well, as you will see in a minute, with me wafting my hands. I was just there. I remember what I was saying. It's about the phone. I don't use my phone unless it's just to take photographs. So, hence the reason. So I decided to keep this quite simple with slimline greys, which obviously go with the prize peony. And I added the scalpel onto the edge because it was supposed to be straight, but I just wanted to add a little bit more work to it. Added a strip at the bottom, which is a little bit wonky, I'm afraid, but stamped a sentiment on the inside also, which is absolutely gorgeous, and those two beautiful flowers over the top to represent the stamp set, the prize peony. Love and thanks to a dear friend, and your sweet friendship refreshes the soul. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. So the cardstock you'll need, and you'll also need some embossing folders, some die cut rings, circles. The scalloped edge as well is also from the prize peony. I used my 2 3/4 scalpel edge punch as well as a 1.5 inch circle punch. Here now I'm just stamping the sentiment on the inside of the card and on the front, because it takes a little bit longer for that ink to dry. Mental mind block then. So I love this intense black. It's just so rich and so deep. You don't have to, I wouldn't have to put that in the Stamparatus and stamp it twice to get it as dark as it is. It's just wonderful. It just takes a little bit longer to dry. Perfect. And now for the front sentiment. I do all my stamping first. In this case, where I'm using the intense black, is so I can put the cloth away and then we can carry on with the rest of the project. Love the font on this, really, really cute. We'll pen at the end afterwards. And I'll just sit that to one side to let that dry out. So, my card base was 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, scored and folded at 4 1/8. My designer series paper is, I'm actually using the vellum there. It's a 2 inch strip of vellum from the 8 1/4 inch side, so I can maximise the space and get as many leaf punches out of that as I can. I do have enough spare afterwards to cut another one, but I'll go in my basket then to be saved for later. I'm very frugal when it comes to stamping. So, and we have 2 black ones, 5 leaves in all, and again I'm just using a piece of scrap that's in my scraps bin, maximising the space to get the most out of my cardstock. Perfect. Again, that piece will be discarded that I don't need, and the rest will go straight into my scraps bin. Now that I think that is dry, I'm going in with my prized Peony little flower, just to stamp over the sentiment, just so I can pop the cloth away and we can carry on with the rest of the card. If you are new to my channel and enjoy what you're watching, please don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell, and that way you won't miss out on any future videos. Look how wonderful the inside is now. You could decorate the left hand side of the card as well if you want to. Just looks so pretty. The scallop circle I punched out, decided to use designer series paper, so my second circle, which is the 2-inch circle, I cut from that 2 3/8, so that goes onto the magnetic sheet and just cut through the die machine. Sorry about the long silence. Do you know you're waiting for something to happen? That's me right now. So I'm also thinking about getting rid of these wallets I've got here. Oh, they're a bit old now. I've got new ones. So my white piece of cardstock, which is Whisper White, I could have just used any old plain white card, but I use Whisper White. It's cut at 3 by 4 3/4. Hence the reason it's cut smaller is so we can see that beautiful designer series paper from behind. That goes through the sandwich on my big shot, which I will show you in a moment. It's not even a 3D embossing folder, but it won't go through the sandwich that Stampin' Up! Recommend it should. It just doesn't. Not for me anyway. Nor does the 3D embossing folders go through on the sandwich that Stampin' Up! Recommend either. So I use the small, and then leave the plate on for the die cut, the embossing folder, and one of the glass plates on top. That goes through. It doesn't do what it doesn't work for me in that combination, and neither does the 3D embossing folders work with that combination at the bottom either. So that's my sandwich for the normal embossing folders, and for the 3D ones I literally use that board. Yeah. That sandwich doesn't work for me either. I use, sorry, that plate, the A plate, the 1 plate and the number 3, and then the 3D. That's the only way I can get mine to go through the machine. Must have been sent a dud again. Probably. So I do line up my paper with the lines that are on the embossing folder. They normally, on the 3D embossing folders, they do put a black line on there for you to level things off, but there's lines already on that one anyway. So my designer series paper is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. Hence the reason I've cut the white cardstock down to 3 by 4 3/4. That way we get to see that lovely paper. Glue that into place. Someone's just knocked the door. Now that's my retired 2 3/8 of a circle punch, just to pop that out, just to give me that lovely shape. You could use the pink side if you wanted to use a bit of colour. I'm going to trim that off, pop that in back in my DSP pocket so I can use that on another card. Told you I'm very frugal when it comes to card making. Yeah, I line up my paper as well with my designer series paper, and also I eyeball it to make sure it'll fit as well. And glue that down. Everything's glued down except for the top sentiment. That is on dimensionals. Pretty straightforward. And it is quite a quick and easy card to follow. It doesn't take long. I think this whole process only took me 20 minutes. So that is 3 7/8 by 1 1/4. And again, that's going to go through the die machine. I do tape it into place. Excuse me. Just so it doesn't slip. Even though we know we've got the magnet plate, you know, you never know. These things could slip. Give it a nice scalloped edge. Here I'm just saying it's like taking the edge off a little bit of boredom of a piece of white straight card. Add a bit of scallop, add a bit of contour, add a bit of class. Hope everybody's keeping well and safe. We're all down in the second lockdown, which I don't mind in the slightest. So this didn't cut all the way through, so I was quite pleased really, because it kept the width for me without losing the compromise. Taking off the tape. Didn't cut, like I said, it didn't cut all the way through, so I flipped it over and decided to use double-sided tape. To keep those two pieces together without having to glue them separately. The tape you see me using is the 50-meter rolls, which is a good length. And I think I paid £2 each for them, but I had to buy 18, so it costed me a lot, but they're not going to run out anytime soon, and they're from a place called Viking Industrial Limited on Google. They're a UK based company. I don't know if they ship to any other parts of the world, more than likely will, but yeah, a roll like this on Etsy or the Zukwang tape, which I think this is quite up there with the Zukwang. I think it's really good. You're talking £5-6 a roll, and to buy in bulk, if you don't mind buying in bulk, you get a really good bargain. So here I'm just, before I glue down my scallop, I'm just placing my leaves to make sure I keep them all in the right places. With the vellum, I don't always glue down all of the leaf, just the bottom half tends to be, because if I add Wink Stella later on, it curls them slightly and gives them a little bit of texture. I could have just glued them straight to the back of the scallop circle. See, you can use the pink, or as in my case, I just flipped it over and used the grey. And again, my second leaf is going in because I can roughly second guess where it's going. Again, just the bottom half of the vellum leaf before adding my 2-inch circle. Like I say, everything's just flat. So I added a 1.5-inch circle I did use cardstock, and I also used designer series paper. This gives that card a little bit of thickness without being too thick, because like I say, the only thing I used then on dimensionals was the front sentiment. And not only that, I just didn't want 3 grey circles, so I wanted to use designer series paper. Perfect. Adding glue. This time I add my little vellum leaf to the back so I can position it on my card a lot better. So much nicer. There we go, lovely. Again, I cut a strip of designer series paper 3 7/8 by 12, and then I cut the 2 pieces I need at 5 7/8 and 5 5 5/8 and 5 5/8, and then roughly you're left with 6/8, which is nearly 3/4 of paper left over. So I then decide to cut that in half to add a little section on the inside. Now I'm using the punch. I end up using the scissors because this punch is fabulous, but you need it to be a little bit longer, your cardstock, to get it right in the center. So like I say, I wanted perfection on this, so I used my scissors. But there's nothing wrong with the punch, it's just it's not long enough. My sentiment was too short. Perfect. Punches are fabulous, but sometimes it pays to just do it with your hands and your scissors. Ladies, it's been absolutely wonderful crafting with you today. I just really do hope you have enjoyed the video. I'm going to add my sentiment now and a couple of gems, and we're done. Thank you so much for staying right to the end with me. It's great to see you all in chat, and I do apologise it's only a 20-minute video, but that's how long the card took to make. That's how long it took. I tried my best to slow them down for you, but I do want to embark on some quicker cards as well as the longer projects. I know some people like long cards, some people like short cards. Me, I just enjoy making cards, full stop. And chatting with you ladies in the night is amazing. I do have date night once a week, and I've had really bad eyes this past week just gone, and missed a couple of chat nights. But when my blepharitis strikes up, oof, I can't see. So I've lacked on my crafting for a while. So today, which is Saturday, you won't see this till, when will this be out? The 9th, which is, I'll tell you now, next Friday. So I would have done this nearly a week ago. So I'm going to spend this whole afternoon catching up, making projects, and making sure I've got something for you ladies to watch, even if I am poorly. This is hence the reason why I film in advance, because I don't want to leave you without. So today is my Saturday afternoon. Mr. Boyce is watching the football, and I'm upstairs crafting like crazy. So there we have it. There is my version of week 40 sketch. Hope you've enjoyed. I'd love a thumbs up and a share. That'd be amazing. So if you want to see what we make tomorrow, come visit us tomorrow. I'm going to add some Winker Stella on my leaves. So cute. Everyone likes a little bit of shine. like I said, I do apologise about the voiceover. It's just that I didn't want 3 cards all the same. I don't need 3 cards all the same. So, and hence the reason for the voiceover. But till next time, bye.